In the 1st century BCE, Rome was not yet an empire. It was a republic governed by a senate composed of ancient aristocratic families. In theory, power belonged to the people. In reality, it rested in the hands of an elite who preserved their dominance through wealth, patronage, and political manipulation. Social inequality deepened year by year. Ordinary citizens bore the weight of heavy taxes and food shortages, while the ruling class lived in excess. The republican system, once designed to prevent tyranny, had become a battlefield where power was seized by influence rather than principle. Julius Caesar was born into this unstable world. Though his family belonged to the old Roman nobility, it had long lost its political relevance. From an early age, Caesar understood a harsh truth about Rome. Lineage alone meant nothing without power. Authority had to be taken, not inherited. He crafted his rise through persuasive oratory, calculated alliances, and an image carefully built around the common people. While many aristocrats dismissed the lower classes, Caesar embraced them, recognizing that popular loyalty was the most formidable weapon in Roman politics. His political ascent was swift, but his true transformation occurred not in the Senate chambers of Rome, but on the battlefield. As commander of Roman legions in Gaul, modern-day France, and surrounding regions, Caesar did more than expand Rome's territory. Over nearly a decade of relentless warfare, he forged an army whose loyalty belonged not to the Republic, but to him personally. Victory followed victory. Wealth poured in. His fame became unrivaled. To the Roman public, Caesar was a hero. To the Senate, he was an existential threat. That fear was well-founded. In Rome, armies were meant to serve the state, not individual commanders. When the Senate ordered Caesar to relinquish his command and return to Rome as a private citizen, he faced an impossible choice. Obedience meant prosecution, humiliation, and political destruction. Defiance meant treason. In a single irreversible act, Caesar chose defiance. He led his army across the Rubicon River, an act forbidden by Roman law, and declared, without words, war against the Republic itself. The die is cast, he is said to have declared, sealing Rome's fate. Civil war tore the Republic apart. Allies turned into enemies. Institutions collapsed under the weight of internal conflict. Caesar moved with ruthless efficiency, defeating his rivals one by one. When he finally returned to Rome victorious, no force remained capable of opposing him. The Senate, once supreme, existed only at his discretion. Caesar was appointed dictator, and soon after, dictator for life, a title that stood in direct contradiction to the very foundation of the Roman Republic. As sole ruler, Caesar implemented sweeping reforms. He reorganized governance, reduced debt, granted land to veterans, and introduced a new calendar system that still influences our lives today. To the masses, he was a stabilizing force after years of chaos, but to many senators, Caesar represented the death of Roman liberty. In his authority, they saw the return of monarchy, an institution Rome had rejected centuries earlier. Fear hardened into resentment, and resentment into conspiracy. On March 15th, 44 BCE, the Ides of March, Julius Caesar entered the Senate House unguarded. He trusted his position, his power, and the men around him. There, in the heart of Roman governance, betrayal reached its climax. A group of senators, claiming to act in defense of the Republic, attacked Caesar simultaneously. Blade after blade struck him down. According to legend, when Caesar recognized one of his closest allies among the attackers, his final resistance vanished. He fell at the foot of Pompey's statue, bleeding out on the very ground of the Republic he had mastered. The conspirators believed Caesar's death would restore the Republic. They were tragically mistaken. Instead, his assassination unleashed an even more violent cycle of civil wars. Rome descended further into bloodshed and instability. From the ruins of this chaos emerged a new generation of rulers, men who had learned from Caesar's fate. They would not seize power openly, they would consolidate it carefully, permanently, and without mercy. Within a few years, the Roman Republic ceased to exist. In its place rose a new system, an empire ruled by a single authority. Ironically, this transformation stemmed from the actions of a man killed for allegedly seeking kingship. Julius Caesar never called himself emperor, yet without him the Roman Empire would never have been born. His ambition destroyed the old order, and his death ensured it would never return. The story of Julius Caesar is a story of power and consequence. It is the story of how personal ambition can reshape an entire civilization, how betrayal in the name of freedom can accelerate tyranny, and how history demands a heavy price when institutions fail and authority rests in the hands of one man. If you enjoy in-depth, serious world history documentaries like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss future episodes. And now I'd like to ask you, what year are you watching this in, and from which city or country? Let us know in the comments, because history is not only about the past, but about who we are today.